Hello, you're welcome to Law and Property with Dr. Prince Joel. On this program, we will continue to educate our listeners on all they need to know about real estate investment, documentation, land dispute, eagle eye due diligence, landlord and tenant issues, and a whole lot you will continue to learn on this program. It is Law and Property on 100.7 Echo FM, Imo State, Owerri. You're welcome. My name remains Dr. Prince Joel, your real estate investment coach, your property resolver, your property investigator. Now, let's quickly look at last week's topic. Last week we discussed how do you determine if a land is jointly owned. We went on to discuss about two types of co-ownership in law, one being joint ownership and the other being tenancy in common. We took time to discuss and separate these two types of co-ownership, and we say that the terms are similar to each other. One is different, it's only different because the term which is used or the word used is severance. The word severance are clauses like to share and share alike in equal share, for example 70% to 30%. Went on to draw a clear distinction between the two of them. Went on to say that the same principle of joint ownership that we have explained applies to husband and wife, and we say that it is true that the law and society see a husband and a wife as one, but this does not usually apply when it comes to property. When it comes to property law, as per ownership of the property. Okay, so the authority to sell a property between two persons depends on whether there is sole ownership or whether it is a tenancy in common or the property is jointly owned. We went on to discuss about ownership of property between a husband and a wife, and we said that ownership has been defined as the right to the ownership of a property by more than one person, such that on the death of any of the person or the joint owners, the deceased owner portion of the property passes to the surviving owner or owners of the property. Okay, we went on to say that a husband and wife have the authority and right to own property separately in their own name without restriction. A wife has the right to own or acquire property and sell it at any time she wishes without restriction from her husband, and this same principle goes for the husband. We went on to discuss different scenarios, authorities explaining situations where divorce has risen and they've dragged themselves to court, and the court have to determine whether the property is jointly owned or the property is separately owned. Okay, so we went ahead to say that it suffices to say that a wife or a husband cannot claim joint ownership of their matrimonial home unless to prove that either party has contributed to the building or the purchasing of such home. And finally, we say that we advise that when buying a joint property for husband and wife, it is wrong to buy in joint name. For example, Mr. and Mrs. Femi Jewel. It's wrong. The right name should be Mr. Femi Jewel and Mrs. Remy Jewel, for example. The former is not known to law. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, if you want to listen to the teachings of the last week on how you determine ownership, you can send me a text message. I will share some of these recordings. I will share some of these teachings with you. You send me a text message and I will share via WhatsApp. So send me a text message on a WhatsApp message that I should share this teaching with you or any of the teachings with you. I will gladly share them. I have not uploaded them on my social media handle, but before then, you can still have a copy of it, learn, listen, and share to others. The number to call to get this recording is 080-2055-0410. Just send me a WhatsApp message, say you would like to get a copy of the teaching for last week or the teaching for today, either of it. Just reach out to me on 080-2055-0410. I take it again, 080-2055-0410. Ask for the recording for last teaching or the recording for today and you will receive that. Okay, please do not fail to get a copy of the Real Estate Bible, which is a compilation of articles on law and property with Dr. Prince Joel, and you will join us as we look into a new topic for today. Thank you. Let's go for a commercial break. When we come back, we continue.
Are you tired of property disputes draining your time and resources? Look no further. The Property Dispute Management is here to help. We are a one-stop center for resolving property disputes through mediation, negotiation, and arbitration. Our expert team will guide you through the process, ensuring a fair and peaceful resolution. Don't let property disputes hold you back. Contact us today and let us help you find a solution. Call us at 0903-754-7381 or visit our office, second floor, number 16 in Barry Street, off Okigwe Road, by Prison Bus Stop, Ikenebu Layout, Owerri, Imo State.
On today's edition, we want to share, discuss, and teach a very important topic that affects every one of us. And what is the topic? The topic is, how do you prove title to land property in Nigeria? How do you prove that that property in your family compound is yours, is your parents' own? How do you prove that the property that you have those documents on are truly your own property? A lot of people have suffered from this. In Nigeria today, there have been endless, I repeat again, endless litigation in court. Okay, when I mean court, I mean in court of law over land disputes. Now, before we continue, I would like you to pick up your Bible, the Real Estate Bible, that is compilation of articles on law and property in Nigeria, simplified by Dr. Prince Joel. This book will continue to be our reference point anytime we want to talk about law and property. Okay, so if you have the Real Estate Bible, you join me to page 75. Page 75 discusses how do you prove title to land or even property in Nigeria. So do you have it? Pick it up. If you don't have it and you want to get a copy, just send a text message, a phone call to 091-33333 in 5 places, 145. Send a text message and say that you need this book. The book is selling for 10,000. We have limited copies. So the book is selling for 10,000 naira today. So if you need it, send a text message, a WhatsApp message that you need this book so that you can study, learn, and understand all that you need to know about property, real estate, and a whole lot. Okay? Let's go for a commercial break. When we come back, we continue.
ala ụlọ maọbụ ngwongwo ejikwara ese mara onye nwe ya nọ akwụkwọ ya ozukwara oke tọkwa ntị n'ala o mara ma gọọmenti nwere mmasị iweghara ebe ahụ maọbụ na enwere ndọrọndọrọ onye nwe nke onwe n'ezinụlọ na-eresi gị ya ọzọ abụrụ leekwa o ma okwu ala ahụ nọ n'ụlọ ikpe ọtụtụ ụmụafọ Naijiria na-atụfu nde kwuru nde naira na-akụrụ akụ akwụkwọ ejiri gọrịa ha mkpumkpu ego a na iji setụlụ ndị obodo ụfọdụ abụrụ erecha erigharịa ndị oke ọchịchọ dị n'obodo nkutu na mmebi ọdụrụkọ ndị gọọmenti maọbụ ikpe ndọrọndọrọ ala agwụ ngwa gee ntị mee nyocha tupu ịzụwa o kpọọ Due Diligence Consulting Limited ozugbo anyị ga-echeru n'isi mmiri mata ndị nwe ya bụ ala maọbụ ụlọ ị na-azụ chọpụta ma okwu gbasara ya ọnọ na ndọrọndọrọ hụkwa na akwụkwọ e nyere gị bụ ọkpọkọpị kpọtụrụ anyị ka ịzụ ala gị maọbụ ụlọ na-akwaghị mmakwara. Due Diligence Consulting Limited bụ ụlọ ọrụ kwesịrị ntụkwasị obi ga-eme nyocha ahụ ka obi ruo oge ala. Ụlọ ọrụ anyị dị na Lagos, Abuja, Asaba, Port Harcourt, Ọka, Enugu, Uyo na Owerri. Chọrọ anyị bịawa na nọmba 16 Mbari Street, Ikenegbu, Owerri, Imo State. Kpọọ 07078503573 maọbụ 08020550410. Due Diligence Consulting Limited.
So in Nigeria today, there's been endless litigation in court of law, over land disputes. Now, most people have also lost their land and properties to other people who have a better title. They have better title, yes. And the reason for this is not far-fetched. The truth is that most people fail to obtain the right documents, for proper ownership of land, or they fail to complete the process of acquiring a perfect title to the land. This is main reason why in the bid of achieving justice, the court will rule in favor of any of the litigants that can prove a better title to land or property. Now, for those of us who have property or properties or landed property, it is important that you understand what you have, the title to that property. Do you have the proper documentation? Have you perfected the title of that land? Okay, go back and check, because if issues should arise tomorrow, the only way you can claim ownership of that property is if you understand these 5 ways of proving ownership to land or property. Now, in law, there is every possibility that the owner of a piece of land or property may not, I use the word, may not appear before the law as a person with a better title. In law, there's every possibility, I'm saying that there's every possibility that the owner of a piece of land, or property, the owner may not appear before the law as a person with a better title. So there are people who own properties, but before the law, they may not appear as the one with a better title. When we discussed co-ownership between husband and wife, I did mention title, the name of the person on the document, it's the owner of the document. There were instances where the man trusted the wife and bought property, and the wife registered the property in her name, and the man signed as a witness. In situation like that, the property belongs to the man. There's also been situations where the husband and the wife contributed money, in building a matrimonial home. When divorce came, what happened? They had to look at the extent of the contribution to determine if that property was actually jointly owned or not, and a whole lot of stories like that. Okay, so having said that, it is every possibility that the owner of a piece of land or property may not appear before the law as the person with a better title. The only way, I repeat again, the only way to avoid this is for the person claiming ownership of the property to get his title properly registered, in the respective or at the respective registry applicable to the state, to avoid future disputes. So if you own a property, I'm telling you that if they look for you today, that property may become a subject of litigation. The only way you can save your children, you can save your family members, you can save your children, your wife, and all of that, is to get your property registered. Okay, and if you get your property registered, you will save yourself. However, it is important to state that to prove a better title and acquire a perfect title is the only way. I'm going to take us to how you can prove a better title using few cases. There are quite a whole lot of cases that has repeatedly, made pronouncement of this. One of them, it's the case of Elegushi versus Oseni. There's also the case of Idumigba and a whole lot of them. And so I'll be taking us through that. But before we go into those details, I want you to know today that if you have a property and you're holding the wrong document, that property is just like a piece of paper. If you have a property and you have the wrong document, the wrong title document on it, or you have not even perfected it, you're giving room for litigation. If they look for you tomorrow, they don't see you. So I haven't learned today, and the more that I'm going to be sharing today, it is important that you go back to your archive, look at that property that you have, look at those documents, and do the needful. Let's go for a commercial break. When we come back, we continue.
Are you tired of property disputes draining your time and resources? Look no further. The Property Dispute Management is here to help. We are a one-stop center for resolving property disputes through mediation, negotiation, and arbitration. Our expert team will guide you through the process, ensuring a fair and peaceful resolution. Don't let property disputes hold you back. Contact us today and let us help you find a solution. Call us at 0903-754-7381 or visit our office, second floor, number 16 in Barry Street, off Okigwe Road, by Prison Bus Stop, Ikenebu Layout, Owerri, Imo State.
Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I will take us straight to the Supreme Court decision. This was a celebrated case. This case happened way back in 1976, and it has appeared over and over and over and over. And that will be my major discussion this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, listening to me, I'm about sharing with you 5 ways of proving title ownership to a land in Nigeria. Now, this does not only apply in Imo State, it applies in every part of Nigeria. You don't need to claim, you don't need to, explore all of them, but one of them is sufficient. And if you must use more than one, they must be used distinctively. Okay, so the Supreme Court of Nigeria, of course, in the landmark case, the name of this case is called Idundu versus Okumogba. Idundu versus Okumogba. Well celebrated case, 1976. Now, this case established 5 distinct principles or ways to prove ownership of land. Ways to prove ownership of land. It took time to explain it. These methods are not cumulative, meaning that a claimant does not need to prove all of these 5, but rather establishing any of them can be sufficient to prove title. You don't need to prove all of them, but any of them is sufficient to prove title. The 5 principles, I'm sharing these 5 principles. The 5 principle, number 1, by traditional evidence. Now, proving evidence of the historical origin of the title, often through oral history passed down regarding how the land was first settled or acquired. Here it talks about traditional evidence. It helps you to go down memory lane, how the land was first settled or how the land was first acquired. That is one principle. The second principle is by production of document of title. Now, presenting duly authenticated or executed document, not the fake documents that a lot of real estate companies are giving to their, now let me hit it hard. A lot of real estate companies are giving to their customers piece of paper. Their secretary will do cut and join and they will add it together and give to the, give to their customer. And once they give to their customer will take, believing that they have document, whereas they don't have document. So if you have bought any property from any real estate company, please go back to those documents and check if those documents are authentic documents. There is every possibility that that document is fake. It's every possibility that that document will not stand the test of authenticity or originality. You can prove me, bring it, I'll help you check free of charge. If you doubt the document that in fact, let me put it clear, if you doubt that land document that you have and you want to find out if that document is authentic, please feel free and approach me, give me a call, send me a text message. This is free service, 08020550410. If you have bought any property from any real estate company, you want to check if the document that they gave you is even registrable, if the document is genuine, if it was actually prepared by a lawyer, if the seal of a lawyer is in front of it, if it is properly signed, well drafted. A lot of them refuse to pay lawyers, so they use their admin, they use their secretary, they use non-lawyers to prepare these documents. Any document prepared by a non-lawyer, it's null and void ab initio. So get that document, give me a call. You can visit the office, 16 Mbari Street, Ikenebu Layout, Owerri, Imo State, and I will help you vet that document free of charge if the document is actually genuine and what you need to do to proceed. That will be my own support. So I'm talking about the second principle, production of document of title. So presenting duly authenticated and executed document such as deed of conveyance. How authentic is your deed of conveyance? Deed of gift, how authentic is it? Or certificate of occupancy, how authentic is it? That's number 2 principle. Number 3 principle says by act of ownership. Now, demonstrating numerous and positive acts of ownership extending over a long period, such as selling, leasing, farming. You've been farming in a long time, building on the land, you've been there in a long time, establishes ownership. I'm sure we understand that. By act of long possession and enjoyment, proving that the claimant who is claiming has been in uninterrupted long-term possession of the land, which supports the interference of ownership. So if you can establish that, it's another way of proving ownership. Number 5, by proof of possession of connected or adjacent land. Proof of possession of connected or adjacent land. If you can show ownership of land adjacent to the disputed land in circumstance that makes it probably that the owner of the adjacent land also owns the land in dispute, that could also help you in proving your ownership of the land. So I've just shared these 5 principles, and I believe that with these 5 principles, you'll be able to claim your land, you'll be able to claim land ownership, you'll be able to claim that you really own that land. But having said that, go back and check your documents. The offer that I'm making this morning is that check your documents. Be sure that your documents are authentic. All the properties that you've bought, especially our brothers who are abroad, who will give money out and ask that you should buy land for them, and they will bring documents that have no bearing. A lot of fake, forged documents are flying everywhere. It's the day of dispute, the day somebody will challenge you on the land, the day issues will arise that you realize you do not have any document on that land. All right, so having said that, I will give room for you to send in questions, ask questions, send text messages to the number 080-2055-0410. Okay, ask your questions. I haven't, shared those 5 principles. Now, these principles mentioned above are ways of proving title to land, and they are the only recognized ways before the Nigerian court. So if you must go to court, you must prove anything in court, you must prove it within these 5 principles. Let's go for a commercial break. When we come back, we continue.
Are you tired of property disputes draining your time and resources? Look no further. The Property Dispute Management is here to help. We are a one-stop center for resolving property disputes through mediation, negotiation, and arbitration. Our expert team will guide you through the process, ensuring a fair and peaceful resolution. Don't let property disputes hold you back. Contact us today and let us help you find a solution. Call us at 0903-754-7381 or visit our office, 2nd floor, number 16 in Barry Street, off Okigwe Road, by Prison Bus Stop, Ikenebu Layout, Owerri, Imo State.
Hello, listeners. I have information to share with us, and this is a special announcement, a special invitation to those who want to take their real estate career to the next level. This is to invite you to a business delegation focused on real estate transaction. This conference is holding in Canada. Okay, please take note of this. This conference is holding in Canada sometime in October, November of 2026. Is holding in Canada, and so I am extending this invitation for those who are already flourishing, doing business within the real estate scope, and you are looking for an opportunity to take your real estate business to the next level. Then this conference holding in Canada, October, November, is for you. Now, what to expect in this real estate conference? It's global networking, where you meet people who want to buy properties, and so global networking, business conferences and trade exhibition, insight on world commerce, and of course international participation. So get ready to explore new opportunities and grow your real estate business. Please, if you're interested in attending this real estate conference holding in Canada, all you need to do is to pay for the conference fee. We will give you all those details. Put your documents together and apply. We will help you. Our immigration department, a sister company, will help you in putting up your documentations together. But you need to supply us the relevant documents to apply for this. So those who are applying for this, we expect that you have the documents to apply for a Canada visa. Okay, we're not giving you documents. We expect you have the documents. We expect that you have approval funds. Ours is to expose you to global real estate. So what are you waiting for? Send a text message, a WhatsApp message that you're interested in attending the real estate conference holding in Canada, October, November. The number to send to is 080-2055-0410. I personally, Dr. Prince Joel, will be leading the delegation to Canada come that October, November. There are other conferences even before the October, November. Just get ready. Me, I'm ready. I have my visa. I just need those who are interested to tag along. I also want to share another conference, a real estate conference that that is holding in the United Kingdom, London. This conference, about 3 different conferences holding in the United Kingdom. And so I'm saying that if you're interested, it's another opportunity knocking in UK. Network with top brands, network with top individuals, connect with UK and global industry leaders. Now I'm talking to real estate consultant, real estate companies that want to visit UK. What this conference, in fact, beyond this conference, I would give you a platform and opportunity to interact with Nigerians in the UK. There's an association that governs all Nigerians in the UK who will have an opportunity to attend their event. So if you're interested, I'm not looking for those who want to jackpot. I'm not looking for those who want to run away. I'm looking for real businessmen. There's also Igbo community in London, in United Kingdom. There's a group called Igbo Ambassadors Group. If you're interested, and if participants were interested, to approach me and I will arrange this event for you. At the end of the year, towards the end of the year, there's usually big events happening in London. I want to take your real estate career to the next level. Call me, send a text message to me, 08020550410. I'm not looking for those who want to jabba. I'm looking for those who truly want to network, who truly want to travel to London, meet with Nigerians in Diaspora. I will organize the event. I have my visa, so I'm not going to be looking for visa. All I need to do is to buy my ticket, I think. So I'm leading delegation, and I need just 10 people who want to go to London with me. 10 people who want to go to London with me. The same thing for Canada. I need 10 people who want to go to Canada with me. Okay, so when you come, I'll show you my visa to tell you that I'm already ready. It's up to you now. You will put your documents together. We will process the visa for you, and you will join us for the event. I am not looking for those who want to jackpot. I am looking for real businessmen who are doing business in real estate, who want to join me to get global exposure. That is what I will do for you, global exposure. The last event and conference happening in this year, 2026, happening this year, is happening in Japan. It's also a gathering of real estate bigwigs in Japan. I will also be attending this event. So if you find your way to Japan, you will have the opportunity to meet with Nigerians in Japan who want to invest in Nigeria. You will meet Nigerians in Japan who want to. Apart from that, the event that is happening in Japan will give you the opportunity to also network. You're going to connect with businesses, entrepreneurs, and professionals from across Asia and Pacific. You will have the opportunity to engage in networking and leadership session. You will explore global partnership opportunities. You will participate in workshops and forum. The Japan event is happening sometime in June. Okay, it's a conference, it's a paid conference. So what are you waiting for? If you're looking, if you're a genuine individual looking for this opportunity, not just because you want to jackpot, you want to go and build a business networking opportunity, then this is one good event for you. All I need from you is to send me a text message 08020550410 to get more details. We'll send you all the details that you need, and you will take it up from there. The people and person to attend, the business owners, managers, professionals, innovators, and entrepreneurs. I'm looking for MDs and CEOs of real estate companies that will say, hey, Dr. Prince Joel, let's do London together. Hey, Dr. Prince Joel, let's do Canada together. Hey, Dr. Prince Joel, let's do Japan together. I am not looking for those who want to jackpot, who may not even have the money. I'm looking for through MDs, CEOs, leaders, managers, who want to explore this event. So call the number. I'm just comfortable with numbers. I'm comfortable with text message. I'm comfortable with WhatsApp. So do me a WhatsApp, do me a text message. The number is 08020550410. Save this number. Send this number to somebody that might need this information. To send me a text message and say you're interested in the trip to Japan, the real estate trip to Japan, real estate conference in Japan, real estate conference in UK, London, real estate conference in Canada, this 2026. The number again is 08020550410. Thank you and God bless.